What up? Sometimes like I kid myself like when that happens, like after that drum beat goes off, and I'm on live before you again, and so happy to be before you again. Welcome to Black News Tonight. I am your host with a pimple right here to start off the night, but glad to have the pimple. I got a lot of pressure out of that thing today. Anyways, that's not how I'm going to start off this thing. But listen, it's Friday, and we don't know, if we're going to have a transition or if we're just going to have a new inauguration. It's Friday, and we're still waiting as it sits. Um, right now, uh, I what what I'm excited to talk about is the fact that some of our local elections are done here in the city of Saginaw. All of them, really. Michigan's done all the way around. Like Senator Gary Peters took the Senate again, and Joe Biden won Michigan. It's blue again, and some people may not agree with that, but it is what it is. But we're still waiting on results for president. Um, from the presidential. I have some friends with me tonight. Production director is going to be sitting in danger. Will be here with us, and also I got the opportunity to snag Jeff Bulls to sit in and talk about his point of view with the election. As you know, Independent Jeff has his own podcast. He's a community activist, been in the city of Saginaw for a very long time. I'm so excited to have him. I'm so excited to get to it. Let's talk about the city of Saginaw. Um, Next week, I'm planning something in the works for Friday's show. I'm excited about our newly elected council members. And all right, so with that being said, I heard that Jeff is in and Danger is in. So why don't we bring the rest of the people that's going to be here for our quick hour session and just talking about the results and what we have not been able to call yet. Let's get it on there. Danger, you ready?
Oh, I was born.
Hey, is that my guy? What's up, brother?
Yes, sir.
How you
Hey, hey,
doing
what's
today?
going on?
Hi there.
Man,
Hi there.
I'm good, man.
Are we? I seen a post on your page talking about what was that quote? The civil. Never mind. So how you feeling, man? What's the thought? What's the everything going on in the world? What do we get? What is Independent Jeff feeling? How you feeling with this race
Um,
to 270?
I'm waiting just like everybody else. But I wasn't. I'm not a Biden
Into
guy
I
or
know.
a Trump guy, so it's not like I'm waiting on a result that I want.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just watching and waiting, and you know, waiting for the other shoe to drop, basically, so then we can move forward.
To see what's going to happen right now, as it stands. We are waiting on results from Pennsylvania. We're waiting on results from Georgia. We're waiting on results from Arizona and Nevada. Um, right now, Vice President Trump.
That's pre 12th Amendment. A loser gets to be VP.
Run it up.
uh, Run it
Wouldn't that be
up!
interesting?
Oh my
No.
lord. President Trump, Donald Trump, 45th president of the United States, is at 214 electoral votes, and former Vice President Biden is at 254. Hold on, let me make sure I'm right
Stay up
on
to
that.
date.
Stay up to well, okay. So here's the thing: like the internet has, there's a lot of news organizations that has already called some of this thing.
Yeah.
but I like to be very up to date and not call this, because a lot of people are saying that
I show 264.
Joe, yeah, you show 264 on the internet, but they're saying that Joe has Arizona and it has not been called yet.
Oh,
They
okay.
are still counting currently right now at this time.
I,
So,
I think the
uh,
AP may have called Arizona, but
did the AP call
that's the
Arizona?
AP. Yeah, I think they've
Oh,
called it a while ago.
yes, the Associated Press called Arizona even 2 nights ago. So,
Yeah,
they've been and two other news organization has called Arizona, but it is not called yet. They are still
It's not
counting,
official.
and
Yeah.
they're saying that President Trump needs about he at the time he needed almost 60% of the votes left to be counted to take a lead in there. Um, but he did not get that, so now he needs more than that. When they have another bulk of votes coming in, I'm not gonna try to be that guy. But it's not called yet. So,
Okay.
but the Rover to 270 now. Mark Kelly has been called as the Democratic Party's. He did get a Senate seat there. He did win over Martha McSally. And that margin was very slim, 51.4% of the vote, and she lost by 48.6% of the vote, 1.645. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of things to talk about, honestly, regarding this presidential election. Obviously, the Democrats did not do as good as they thought they were going to do. Um, a lot of people were talking about a blue wave, and we're gonna take back the country, and blah 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 blah. But obviously, we see that they still did not rally their base. They weren't able to win this thing by a landslide. It's literally just the ignorance of not listening and not really uh, taking advantage of the opportunity, like in Florida, Joe Biden underperformed in Florida even worse than Hillary Clinton did. Like, and especially in places that would have mattered for him to grab Florida. So, he's underperforming in Latino votes. That's an issue to talk about when you're speaking of the election. However, with that being said, it's also an issue when the sitting president of the United States comes out on election day, which is election cycle. It's not a day. It takes a while to count this many votes, especially we had more mail-in votes than we had in our 2016 election. So this was going to be new. There was laws passed that Pennsylvania didn't have the opportunity to get access to um, the mail-in votes until the day of the election. Florida was able to do that. That's why they were able to update votes very quickly to let you know that Donald Trump won there, and or President Donald Trump and former Vice President he lost. But here's the thing: now we're looking at the Democrats lost seats in the House, which was not supposed to happen. They were not supposed to. They spent millions of dollars not to lose seats, and supposed to be campaigning. Go ahead. I see you got something to say. I see it on. What you got? No. Okay.
I mean, I do, but it's not surprising to me because this is what Democrats do. They lose elections or they almost lose elections they're supposed to win. Why? Because they don't cater to the 90%, uh, the most consistent, uh, group that they have that votes for them. Instead, they play GOP light and try to, you know,
The free version.
pretty much. They try to play GOP light, man, and they constantly ask themselves, how can we get more suburban white people? Like,
Mm, wow.
how
Morris.
can we be as moderate as possible? That's what they do, and this is why it's close. It shouldn't be close. It, if they allow people like AOC to literally lead the charge,
Millions of
they
dollars
would
now.
win going away. They would win going away. If they were actually progressive, they would win going away. Everything that progressives are for, like Medicare for all, Green New Deal,
Mm.
all of those things are wildly popular, but
Go
they run
figure.
away from them. They run away from them.
I know.
And the it's funny. This is what's about to happen, and this is what I'm waiting for. This is me like you're gonna have a civil war within the Democratic Party. It's already started. I don't know if you guys seen the leak that they had from their big Zoom call. I
I
think
didn't.
it was a night ago
I didn't see it.
where they, all the elected officials in Congress basically on the Democratic side, they had a Zoom call to basically, flesh out everything and talk about what happened and who won and who lost and why. And it was a big bickering session. The moderate Dems like Pelosi and Schumer and they were basically bitching out, excuse me, they were mad at the progressive Dems because they were like, we have to stop saying stuff like defund the police, and we have to stop saying stuff. That stuff made me lose my election, or it made my election closer. It was basically infighting,
Yeah.
and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop because that's the fight. That's the fight.
Here comes a comment. We lost you, Charles. No audio.
I'm muted. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
That's all good.
We I was trying to make sure we already have three parties within the Dem Party. I mean, obviously, I think Jeff, like you understand this, and Danger, you definitely understand this. When I was watching the interesting, when I was watching the sorry, hold on, y'all. Let me act like I actually do this for real in real life and for a living. I'm sorry, my phone was, yeah. I was watching the DNC and the RNC, and we all were able to see two different parties rally their base. And you see that the RNC was okay with bringing the lady that stood on the porch with the gun with the peaceful protesters. They were okay with bringing people like that, that just was widely revolted around the country as far as like the black community and the Karen situation. They was bringing Karens to the RNC. Like we okay with you, Karen.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
this was their thing because they know that Karens are accepted in that area. That it's okay.
You're
They like
exactly right.
Karens.
GOP is just shock rock now. They're Alice
Yeah.
Cooper, man.
They're okay with it. But then you see the Democratic Party get up and do a whole convention, and I think we all of us, like Carly was there, you were there, and Jimmy was there. Jimmy was like telling us like keep our eye on the prize, and like uh, people should. AOC shouldn't have came out and said what she said about Bernie, blah blah blah. But the reality of it is I can't vote for Donald Trump, and that's the reality of it is, and I wouldn't have made that vote. However, the two party system is definitely broken on both ends. It's not just one end. The fact that we had a sitting president literally call himself a winner of an election that wasn't counted. The fact that all lives matter people are now saying that all votes don't count is very confusing and very interesting. Those are how things flip. When Hillary Clinton, when there was literally cases of files and facts about Russians interfering with the election, and even if you say that was a fair square win for Donald Trump, now the margins that Joe Biden is winning in Wisconsin and Michigan that he won by, in 2016, they're not okay. The problem with that I have with the GOP is not that I dislike you and can't be your friend. It's that when it's on your end, it's okay. But if anybody else does your thing, It's not okay. Same situation. Just President Obama, right before the election, was getting ready to nominate a new Supreme Court justice, and Mitch McConnell said, "No, no sitting president should do that." And this close to an election, let the people decide. This year, 29 days before the election, we just
Warp speed.
zoom back pop,
Warp speed.
just warp. Like, they ain't even been able to sit down and get no stimulus out. They ain't been able to sit down and get no new
There's no
PUA
time for
money
that.
out. No time for that. But they were able to literally get Amy Coney Barrett into
On a
the
freaking rocket bus into the Supreme Court.
You know why?
But
You know
they
why
got a
though?
plan.
No way.
They got a plan.
Well, this is the thing, and this is what plays out. Democrats don't. They're too stuck in morality politics, and the GOP is like, this is war, and when we got power, we're going to use it, and when we don't, we're going to use your morality against you. Democrats haven't. It hasn't clicked yet to say, you know what? We have to play the game the same way they do.
We're still fighting like
And
the
let
redcoats
me
just marching
be
right at
honest about something. If people think Trumpism is dead, you'd be a fool to think that. It's not going away. Because why? Because Trump was just a symptom. This isn't going away. They're going to be sitting there right at 2024, and they're thinking of who can we, what better Trump can we get? That's not going away. What we dealt with the last 4 years, it'll go dormant for a minute, but it's not going away.
No, it's definitely not going away because here's the thing. We know.
I almost think that's a good thing. I almost think that's a good thing that it's not going away. Because look, the people that shouted a bunch of racist junk and started spouting off about how all the dumb things that orange idiot has said, and now all these people say the same stuff to everybody they know, and now we know who they are. And it doesn't matter who's the next idiot is going to be, because we still have your number, man. We still know who you are. And I'm, I don't know. You take flack for judging people for their beliefs politically, but this is more than political. This is deeper than political to me. Somebody that agrees with this man on a fundamental level, I cannot abide. Nope. Can't have it.
Those are not the views of Black News
Nope.
Tonight.
That's just David Danger.
Actually, no, for real. Though. I got to be honest with y'all.
That's just some white guy.
Listen, after
This is why I give Democrats a harder time about it.
Sure.
Because,
Yeah.
look,
You said it
the
better. You
GOP,
said it awesomely. I really like how you said it.
I can't. They are who they are. They've put their rubber stamp on who they are with Trump. So you can file that. This is about the response to it, and the response to it is not to go the other way. It's to try to cater to some of them. This is what they're doing. Like, okay, it's almost like it's kind of naive in a way. It's like, okay, we know they're all not racist, so let's try to pick a few of them off and see if we can get some of them over here. Instead of understanding that they're over there. Cater to your base.
Yeah. Because all you do is make the other
because
ones
it's
mad.
more of you.
Yeah.
It's more of your own people than them.
Yep. All they do is make their own people mad when they try to cater to those other folks.
That's it.
Yep.
To me, and I've all the DNC has had a problem with messaging for a while.
Yeah, somebody's
because
right
the biggest thing is, look, and this should be a party staple from top to bottom. They should be focused on election day. How does election day look? Because right now we're in an archaic situation with these paper ballots and how they're counted. It's just all a whole mess.
We weren't ready.
If you clean up election day and you cater to your base, you don't lose. Period. But they won't do it.
Nope. It's like
And you
playing
got
chess.
black people out here, and that's as independent Jeff. This is why I lean on my people hard because we're out here looking like a side chick. Stop doing that.
Damn.
We elect you time and time again, and Democrats find a way to ignore you. When is enough going to be enough?
Yeah.
You
Yikes.
can't, you can't hide me in the back room forever.
In the
you,
closet. You're hiding in the.
I gotta, yeah.
Just.
When the family comes over, I gotta leave. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's messed up.
You gotta dance with who brought you.
Oh, I love it. Oh, no, you're deaf again. You keep muting
Instead,
yourself.
it's thank you
Yeah.
for electing us.
Right.
But now, hey, we can't go too far left because we don't want to piss off suburban white folks that didn't even vote for us anyway.
Yeah.
Dance with who brought you.
That's who brought you. They'll dance on eggshells is what they'll do to try and just like you said, man. That's it's so exactly right. They're fighting each
The,
other like those redcoats where they just march at each other with guns until one of them is dead. Whereas other people, they're sneaking through the night and taking control of the situation. They're trying to fight with
it's
honor.
lukewarm.
It's
It's
dumb.
just lukewarm politics, man. It's like I'm gonna try to play it down the middle. I'm not gonna piss
Yeah.
anybody off.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go too far this way. I ain't gonna go too far this way. You know what I mean? Uh, we had a whole summer. We had George Floyd, and and a whole conversation about policing in this country. And you had a Democratic nominee never say the words police brutality.
Nope.
When he's asked about Breonna Taylor or what happened in Philadelphia, what does he do? He talks about looting. What? Oh, well, we want justice for the family, but looting is wrong. It's like, what? That's not even speaking to the issue. But it's on purpose. They do it on purpose. Like this is not an accident. Like you can't say police brutality. You can't say defund the police. I, I imagine they probably just drilled it in their head. Do not
Don't
say
say
those
these
words.
words. Yeah. You're
Say,
absolutely right.
we can get justice for them. Hey, we'll look at some sort of, we'll look at criminal justice reform. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, catchphrases, but you can't say those other ones. And this is just, as a voter, as a black man who knows what happens in the black community, for you to not be able to be full throated in your support for me and then ask for my vote, kind of feel disrespected. It's almost like you're kind of insulting my intelligence here.
Sure.
Like I don't know what you're doing here. Like you're trying not to piss off people that don't even live in my neighborhood. I don't care if white people don't understand it. They don't. They shouldn't understand it because they don't live it. Anyway.
Right. I definitely get everything you're saying. I do want to say this though. Um, we talked about how neither one of the parties agreed. No party agreed to even look at us as we were as if we were a major factor, and that's the
No.
honest to God truth. And that's not even,
Even after
man.
the summer we had, like Bull said, even after the summer we had,
Mhm,
not a peep.
not a peep
I mean, you
because,
think about
but
now.
we don't make them
Let's
have
talk
to.
about right now. Let's talk about what they're saying now. Even, we're on the cusp of Biden winning. Kind of looks like he's going to win. Barring some unforeseen circumstance. What are they saying? What is the messaging out there? Black people saved America. They saved the party. They're so loyal. It's like they're talking about us like we're pets and shit. Like you're gonna give us a pat on the head and shit. Like good boy.
Yikes.
You saved us. You protected the house like you're supposed to. Roof,
Oh,
good job.
that's gross. I hope not.
This is a
Well,
messaging.
I hope black people understand though that they need to know what your vote means, and your vote does count. Like, you really should take this, and if you're really watching good educated news, and or if you need to go do some results for yourself, you can find each state has an election site where you can see their results come out in live time just as well as the news reporters do as well. I was able to do that for Saginaw and able to watch our city and our city council race and everything come out. But I hope black people understand that we've been waiting on Philadelphia. We've been waiting on Lackawanna County. We've been waiting on Maricopa County in Arizona. It has all been. This is how. Let me tell you something, black people. When you see a whole state full of red and just a couple of splashes of blue, it's because it's where you live. I'm sorry, I ain't trying to make nobody mad, but it is because it's where you live. Like, it's and they're waiting. Mail-in ballots, record numbers. Pennsylvania never handled mail-in ballots before now. You got to think about this, how much power we really do have in the vote. And it's not just let somebody tell you who to vote for, let somebody tell you who to do. You need to really go through your ballot. I really agree with Independent Jeff on that because, bro, I went down through the. First of all, you should never be making election day decisions on election day. You should really take the opportunity to educate yourself because, man, this ballot to the day, I had it at home for 4 days and I was about to throw up. I had to look through everything and make myself comfortable with making these decisions. I was going to throw up. That is what people are doing in the booth. Why in the heck would you? It's because they really don't want you to read it. They really want you to do multiple choice. They really want you to go by the first name that you see. Mm-hmm. It's because they don't want you to know what you're doing when you're doing. Like, that's nothing you should be doing the day of. Like, okay. Anyways, but this,
no,
but like,
you shouldn't. I mean, you can literally look up your ballot online.
Yep.
Online, take a glance. I went and got mine from the clerk's office early. Mm-hmm. Sat home, played the piano, did some worship, then did my vote. That thing sat here for 4 days because I just to be honest, me, myself personally, the presidential election was always more important than anything else. Oh, I'm voting for president. I'm voting for president. Man, that is literally one part of the ballot. Okay, the rest of that ballot affects your everyday living and what's going on in your life. The president is important, but this legislation, the Congress, the Senate, those things are important. Listen,
arguably
if you voted this year,
arguably more so than the presidential.
No, not arguably. Yeah. It more so.
Yeah.
Because what you already hear is Democrats talking about even if Joe Biden wins this election, and they don't somehow pull the Senate out of their behind, all of the things he promised, that's null and void.
Yeah.
They're not, because it's just going to go from the House to the Senate and then it's denied. From the House to the Senate and then it's denied. From the House to the Senate and then it's denied. And then in 2 years, historically, the Democrats not coming out like they came. I hope y'all do. I hope people come out. But they're not. It's just historically proven. After a president wins, in them 2 years, when they go back for that primary election, for Senate and for House and all of those things, you're not going to get that president to get the support of his party that he needs. So you'll see another gridlock. Some people believe a balance of both is great. I do believe a balance of both is great. Every 4 years, every 8 years or so. Because why did I get solo view?
Because I thought you had something to say. It was dramatic.
Oh.
I liked it.
Oh, okay. I was just
yeah, I'll stick you back in the little box. That's fine.
Every 4 to 8 years, I think the balance. But let's talk about the fact that if Joe Biden does become the president-elect of the United States of America, and somehow we have a runoff, we have 2 Senate runoffs in Georgia, Ossoff, Purdue, and I can't remember the young lady's name. She's an incumbent, and the black gentleman. Both of those are runoffs. The presidential election is going to a runoff there in Georgia. So here's a way for the Democrats to really spend some good money on winning something. Okay, they spent millions of dollars, did not touch Florida one time. I mean, they sent Barack Obama down there to say, hey, date my boyfriend Joe. Because that's literally what you sending out the surrogate President Barack Obama out for the vice president is. It's like Barack Obama comes with, folks, I got to tell you, we're going to do this. We're going to do it big, but I want you to know you got to vote for Joe this time. That's exactly what it was, and it was okay. I'm encouraged by the former president of the United States. You know, I'm an Obama stan. I don't care what you think about me. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Like moving right along. But that's what it was like. But Maldaves, I'm trying to think of the Maldaves County, I think it is, but I can't remember the exact name. I'm paraphrasing. But here's a Latino community. Joe Biden lost support for Latino community on the Democratic Party side. That's a big issue. That is a big issue when a literal dude that says build a wall loses support from Latinos. I mean, gain support from Latinos against Joe Biden. Same thing when we see Hillary Clinton winning these numbers in certain places, which I don't like Hillary Clinton. I did vote for Hillary Clinton, but I am not a fan. Never was, never will be. I knew that we were going to have this. But here's a situation where Democrats' messaging needs to be changed. Like where you see that you should not be fighting in Georgia with all of these black Latino people. You should not be fighting in Arizona with all these Latino and black. There's no reason for you to be fighting there, but you never adjusted your messaging. You picked a black VP black VP, person of color now has been the new narrative change lately. It started off as the first black woman, then now it's the first person of color to be vice president and woman. But we should actually note that it's the first woman first. To be honest, that is the most important thing about this situation in this country. I understand, I get it, but let's let women have a moment in their life for this moment, because this is huge. We've never had a female vice president ever. If this happens, if Joe Biden becomes the president-elect, it will be the first vice president that is a Madam Vice President, Madam Vice President Harris. And that is a huge thing because that's something big for my daughter. My daughter can see a way into this place that chauvinistic pigs have kept women out for a very long time. And now let's address the fact that she is a person of color, whether that be Jamaica, whether that be India. She is a person of color, okay? I'm not here to fight her descent. But I'm sick and tired of talking about first, and I want to talk about the fact that George Floyd died this summer. All these protests, recent police killings, and no, we still haven't had neither the president or the vice president speak out on police brutality in its specifics, and say the words, not put up the messaging of hope, and not even be able to call out the demonic force behind what it is. Now, all over the world, Karens are coming out in woodworks. Karens and Brads, I think I want to say. Bradleys and Karens. Kyle's, Bradley's, Karens. And I think it's fun because y'all protesting y'all are protesting for votes not to be counted. Like, let's just be honest. Y'all not protesting. There's no evidence of any illegal activity with these votes and these ballots. There's not. There's just not.
None.
They've been kicked out by at least two justice systems who are like, you got to have some evidence.
Turns out that's
Donald
a rule. Turns out you have to have some evidence. Who knew?
Turns out you got to have some evidence. I mean, and just think about this. Would someone who is winning be filing lawsuits in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona? Like, brother is winning though and filing lawsuits everywhere. Like it's kind of funny. Um, I just find it interesting that he's showing his whole card, and he will be the third president to if if Joe Biden makes it to 270, Donald Trump will be the third president to have a a one term presidency.
One term.
One term.
Yep.
So I gotta give the Democrats credit because it's almost an impossible to get an incumbent out of their seat, um, especially one with. Um, why are you laughing so hard?
because
He was a
my brain was
horrible
making jokes.
candidate. I mean,
Yeah,
he was a horrible enough candidate to be an anomaly.
yeah.
No, he was not. Do y'all see these numbers? Like we got to be
Oh
real.
yeah.
There is people in America that really feel like this guy is okay. Like I seen them, they
Better
praying
than
in
okay.
tongues nowadays. They praying in tongues over this president. They
Where the
are
Paula
in.
White video?
Yeah,
Come on, Danger. What you got?
get us the ball. Please, please, YouTube some videos of these people praying in tongues about the president. That and it like I had a you
They
know what
remixed the Paula White video, by the way.
uh,
It's a music
uh,
video, man. It's
Oh
crazy.
didn't
man.
Elvin post that today? The
I
Lord
think
said
so.
it is
Yeah.
done. The Lord.
Yeah. The internet is undefeated, man. I swear.
My favorite. I love the internet. It's the
This
truth.
Yes.
It's the truth of the human condition.
it is,
Yeah.
but they're praying in tongues over this president, and I have a lot
That's
of.
nuts.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, some people like
Nuts.
to
It
pray
is
for
nuts.
Hitler,
That's what it is.
and then like somebody tried to tell me today, like, I got in, or the other day, I got in. You know, a lot of people were arguing because I posted a picture of people praying for President Trump, and I feel like it's wrong that people don't understand we need to pray for our president. I said, I was laughing. I was like, oh man, I just so interesting because in 2008 and 2012, I remember seeing pictures of President Obama hanging from trees and being painted with a clown face over his face. And when I was posting pictures of pray for our president, I was getting told, why should we pray for this, this loser? Like all of these things were done. This is nothing is new under the sun. This is all new.
No.
This is all old news. Y'all did that all that time, and now y'all want you shouldn't talk about the president. You
All of a
watch
sudden, their
Fox
feelings are
News,
hurt.
right? You watch Fox News call like the former President Obama so much that it offends me. But let somebody call like Donald Trump, like his legal government name, Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, his legal government name. You're like he's still your president. Yeah, he's still my president. I ain't vote for him though. He your president. I'm not saying that I don't want the allegiances. I'm saying if a man can't even respect the democracy of this country and let the votes be counted beforehand or just assume fraudulent behavior just because you're losing, you're a sore loser.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. That's a problem. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say we won or I won or it's no, we haven't won yet. Like, no, every vote needs to be counted. All lives matter. Now I can say all lives matter. All votes matter, my brother. All votes matter.
If
Remember,
they can,
you didn't
if a
want
bunch
to.
of, if a giant crew of Trump supporting people wear those shirts that like a whole I can't remember where it was, but a whole rally full of them were wearing a shirt that says "F your feelings," because they were showing the insincerity behind it. It was they were being jerks. So then they say things like that, but then when I laugh because a man that mishandled the pandemic caught the thing he mishandled, suddenly I'm the bad guy. And I'm like, look, if this dude messes up so bad that Oh, I guess I caught it. Now, that makes me reevaluate my thoughts on a higher power, which I thought was a closed door.
Like God has a sense of humor.
I'm just saying.
I've long thought that myself.
I thought it was delicious.
I do want to talk about some whoopings. I tell my daughter and my son, life is gonna give you, and some whoopings daddy's gonna give you.
Sure.
But the whoopings life gives you is gonna hurt so much worse than the whoopings I give you,
Yeah,
or the
because you don't get that
spankings.
talk down afterwards. You don't get that.
Yeah,
I love you. I was just scared. You scared me when you ran off. Like, yeah, I can't
yeah.
have that. We got to talk about this. Life don't give.
Life be like, ah! Hit my cabinet and bloody all over my face. That's what life is. Just hit my cabinet and I'm bleeding, warm blood down my face. And my daughter's like, oh my God. That's what life do. So, like, Donald Trump is getting a little dose of life right now. Like, he cannot sue the election
No,
officials. He cannot sue or settle this case to
no,
win the
man.
presidency. No, brother, this is a democracy. And what's happening right now, regardless if it's Democrat or Republican, people, even Republicans, are coming out like, listen, Trump supporters, you got to know. See, there's a difference between a fan and a stan. Y'all stands. Y'all are stands. See, I call myself a fan of some artists. That means that I will listen to that artist even when the album come out. I'll check out the album, whatever. But at the end of the day, like if they do something wrong, I'm gonna call them on their wrong. All right. But there's like a certain couple of artistries like Michael Jackson, like Prince, like B Slade, like Fantasia. I call myself stands of these people. So that means that like they can almost do almost anything in the world wrong, and I'm still like gonna want to listen to it and not judge like the rest of their life. Okay,
Sure.
here's the problem. This is not like a musician situation. This is like someone that's ruling the free world, or the United States of America used to be, hopefully, still one of the most powerful countries. But it's hard to really say that when we literally want a president. This is his a president that doesn't want reality. I don't know if you guys remember when we were sitting here and COVID was just happening, and there was a cruise ship that hadn't came into the United States yet, but they were coming back from the islands, and a whole huge COVID outbreak was on this ship. And he was like, I just don't want them to count anymore. I don't want them to all be tested.
I
I don't
want the
want them to
numbers
come
to
back
stay
in.
where they are. I don't want to allow them back into
I
the country
want
because
the,
I want the numbers to stay where they are. They're good.
I
We'll
want
just
the
keep them where they're at.
so well, this is not something small. This is his narcissistic mindset. I want the numbers to stay where they are. I don't want to create a federal testing plan for COVID
No,
19
because when you
because
test it, you
possibly
find it.
you find it, and
You're
I
testing
possibly
too
could
much.
save
Well, that's the problem.
200,000 lives and protect all of these millions of people from actually fighting from COVID. Instead, I'll call it a hoax. Know it's more than less than 1%. Know that it's more infectious than the flu. Know
Airborne.
all of these things from even the foreign leadership that dealt with it first. Instead, I call it the China virus. Say it's a hoax. Not don't wear a
Some
mask.
racist
Run
stuff like
around
kung
act.
flu. He said some stuff like
Conf-
that. For real.
he's getting the worst whooping from life right now. And then literally know a president is a dictator when he literally just fast forwarded this Supreme Court justice situation and then says, I'm going to take this election to the Supreme Court that I now own. Come on, like Trump's court. That's what we should call it right now because that's
I
how he
heard
thinks.
I
And
heard the
that's
People's Court. Dun 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 dun.
that's all they started off with.
I know that's what my keyboard sounds like.
Donald Trump. Exactly. No, but seriously, I'm gonna take it to the court.
Hold on, I gotta close this
But
tab.
I'm
Who knows
sorry,
what I'm googling right
I
now?
was talking about this for a reason, and I'm gonna let y'all speak because it's 10:46, and but listen,
Holy cow!
um, I, it's been fun.
I'm
I've
telling
been
you.
talking a lot. I'm sorry,
No,
it's
you're
not my
good.
fault.
The only things I wanted to shove in is that Trump changed his election plans before Halloween even hit. He was gonna have this giant party at, at Trump International. He canceled it.
That ain't gonna happen.
Nope, he threw that out before
Yeah,
Halloween. Like he was
He
like,
thought he was
"Oh,
winning. They knew.
this looks
They
bad."
they they knew ahead of time
Heck
because
yeah.
that speech that he gave when he stood up in
Did
front
you
of the United States and said,
oh,
"It's
did
a
you see how
fraud
DC
on
voted?
the United States." Huh?
Did you see how
It's
DC
fraud.
voted?
Yes.
93.3. Oh man. You know
But
why? Because turns out they didn't like being pepper sprayed for a photo op. Like who knew? Like that didn't go
with an
down well.
upside down Bible.
Yeah,
With an
yeah,
upside down
yep.
Bible though. Like let's
I think they
hold on
remember
though.
that. I think they remembered.
Listen, I want to talk about something really important and then I'm gonna just stop talking for a while. Because um if in fact we reach a tie with the Senate with these two runoffs, for if the Democrats put all of their money in Georgia right now, all eyes is on Georgia. Let me tell you something. All eyes is truly on Georgia. Um, the recount for the presidency is happening there. For the two candidates is going to happen. I mean, there was like a 1950, there was 1,000 votes, like 1507 was 1607 was the lead that Biden had the last time I checked, and I know that's probably increased by 4,000, I think. But here's the thing: if in fact we get that tie from Purdue or from Ossoff, who's the Democratic, and then the black gentleman, I can't remember his name at this current time, there will be a tie for the U.S. Senate. Okay, and if in fact Vice President Biden becomes the president elect of the United States,
Kamala's
Senator
the
Harris
tiebreaker.
still holds. Yeah, Senator Harris still holds her seat, so she gets to break that tie. And obviously, they're going to probably do another special election to um, replace or appoint somebody after that. But that's there is a strong um, possibility that there's still $1 billion in the Democrats' bank because everybody was using and spending money to get Donald Trump out of office. So some of these races that they lost is really was like Jeff said is about messaging, and they had the money, they had the funds, they had the means to do it. They just didn't use the right surrogates. They just didn't affect the right messaging in that community. But if they do right and they actually make plans for people that were voting out of precinct in Georgia. That's a lot of issues with like spoil ballots and stuff. Like they vote out of precinct, they can vote for the president, but they can't vote for anything else. That's why you see the difference in the race there. So you see that those races are so narrow and so different, but you see the presidential races a little bit. But it's because if you're voting out of precinct, you only get to vote for the president of the United States. You don't get to vote for everybody else. They won't throw your ballot away for that, but all of
Biden.
those precinct things.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Biden is doing a live thing right now.
Can
Yeah, let me hold on.
you how hard would it be for you to share the screen?
I'm gonna get there. You go ahead. I'm gonna pull you guys to just you two, and I'll get there.
All right. Oh well, hey, this feels like a real news show now. Biden is doing something live right now, so we're gonna hear him speak. Mr. Bulls, I've been talking for a very long time. Say something. Something.
Hey, I'm just, it's kind of must see TV right now. I've been in front of CNN for the last 3 days. Even when I'm not watching, it's just kind of in the background. I'm doing something else, but I'm peeking up at it. And, it's
Me too.
it's like a car wreck. You know it's coming, and you can't take your eyes off of it. So,
Yep. I'm
it's
just trying to.
interesting in that way.
I'm trying to figure out what's next to happen. Since I got you in this solo view, I had some numbers to run by you. Anyways,
Okay.
because let's talk about the city of Saginaw and our newly elected city council members. I'm rather all right. I'm gonna be nice. Okay, I'm rather excited about everyone who was elected. I really truly am. Uh, I want to talk about one thing. Like, shout out to Reggie Williams, Councilman Reggie Williams. on being the Saginaw's favorite guy. The man got 7,293 votes here in the city of Saginaw. Next in line was Monique Lamar Sylvia. Hey, shout out to her, 6,334 votes. And incumbent council member Ann Bench, 6,007 votes. Congratulations to you. And then fourth in line, Michael Flores, 5,908 votes. And then George Copeland, 4,980 votes. Must we say we flipped 3 council seats? And the Saginaw electorate showed out like never before. Just for real, like they had their minds made up. I was excited to be able to have 3 out of those 4. I'm sorry, 4 out of the 5 on Black News Tonight, and I'm stoked about that. So how are you feeling about where Saginaw's going now? So we got a brand new second half of our council, and then we have Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem up for grabs again. Mayor Clock retired. Pro Tem Brenda Moore obviously is probably going to be the choice for mayor of Saginaw. Mayor Brenda Moore. That's what the whispers are, and I mean I've been hearing that from even when I did questionings with the experiences where it's at when I did questions with the former mayor. So I believe that is what's going to be happening. Who you think is going to be the mayor pro tem?
I agree with you. I think it'll be Brenda, and that'll be pretty cool.
Okay, so Brenda's
Overall, though, I mean,
going to be the mayor.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's the pro tem though? Who do you think is going to be the pro tem?
That'll be interesting. That'll be real interesting. I haven't heard. I haven't gotten any whispers. I was just kind of focused on the current election and trying to see that some new blood gets in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been most excited about. So now I guess we can shift and see how it's all going to shake out collectively.
True.
Maybe it'd probably be somebody like Michael Balls, maybe. But we'll see.
So you thinking Brenda Moore and Michael Balls?
I would say so.
Okay.
I'm ready whenever.
Are we there?
Are. Yeah.
We're ready. Let's see what he got to say. All right, we'll be right back. We all gonna stay up here because it's not gonna be.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep your mics live?
No, I want give me and
I'll be able to see you so you can signal me when you want back in.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. We don't have a final declaration of victory yet, but the numbers tell us it's clear. Tell us a clear and convincing story. We're going to win this race. Just look at what has happened since yesterday. 24 hours, we were behind in Georgia. Now we're ahead, and we're going to win that state. 24 hours ago, we were behind in Pennsylvania, and we are going to win Pennsylvania. And now we're ahead, but we're winning in Arizona, we're winning in Nevada, and in fact, our lead just doubled in Nevada. We're on track to over 300 electoral college votes. And look at the national numbers. We're going to win this race with a clear majority with the nation behind us. We've gotten over 74 million votes. Let me repeat that, 74 million votes. That's more than any presidential ticket has ever gotten in the history of the United States of America. And our vote total is still growing. We're beating Donald Trump by over 4 million votes. And that's a margin that's still growing as well. One of the things I'm especially proud of is how well we've done across America. And we're going to be the first Democrat to win in Arizona in 24 years. We're going to be the first Democrat to win Georgia in 28 years. And we've rebuilt the blue wall in the middle of the country that crumbled just 4 years ago. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, the heartland of this nation. I know watching these vote tallies on TV moves.
I don't know what that was. What you got there, Danger?
This is what I'm gonna do. The WNEM has a
Yeah,
one that's
please,
full
please do.
screen. I'm gonna pull to that. You guys just give me 30 seconds or so.
All right, so we'll go right back into, and we'll have that back up. Joe Biden back up addressing the country, our fellow Americans. I always think it's interesting when a president or a vice president starts, or anybody starts off with our fellow Americans, because it's so, to me, it's so dated. But back to city council. Also, Amos O'Neill, he did get elected. Oh, we talked about this race actually. So it ended up being Janet and Maddie, right?
Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep.
So it ended up being.
Yep. Jason got beat out.
But at first though, it was looking like it was going to be the other way around. It was
It
when I was
looked that
watching
way.
like it was going to be Nash and Jason at like in the very beginning when MLive posted the first numbers. I was like, whoa, I don't know if that's going to happen, but yep. So that new school board council has they're
And
getting
that.
sworn. What'd you say?
Oh,
I
I
was
was just
listening.
gonna say, overall, it's kind of disappointing for me. I just want us to get younger there, I, and that's a trouble spot for me in this city as far as education is concerned. Um, when it comes to leadership there, we're already behind in
Mhm.
education just from a curriculum standpoint. We're behind.
Yeah.
We're behind, as far as technology is concerned, and it doesn't help when we have, and God bless them, but they're older and they're not really aware of, the advances that we've had in technology.
Yeah.
Like,
In the
We
it
got
last.
shouldn't look
WNEM
like
whenever you
we're
guys are
still
ready.
in 1980.
All right, go ahead. We're gonna.
I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. 1980s.
My fellow Americans, we don't have a final declaration of victory yet, but the numbers tell us it's clear, tell us a clear and convincing story. We're going to win this race. Just look at what has happened since yesterday. 24 hours, we were behind in Georgia. Now we're ahead, and we're going to win that state. 24 hours ago, we were behind in Pennsylvania, and we are going to win Pennsylvania. And now we're ahead, but we're winning in Arizona, we're winning in Nevada, and in fact, our lead just doubled in Nevada. We're on track to over 300 electoral votes, electoral college votes. And look at the national numbers. We're going to win this race with a clear majority of the nation behind us. We've gotten over 74 million votes. Let me repeat that, 74 million votes. That's more than any presidential ticket has ever gotten in the history of the United States of America. And our vote total is still growing. We're beating Donald Trump by over 4 million votes. And that's a margin that's still growing as well. One of the things I'm especially proud of is how well we've done across America. And we're going to be the first Democrat to win in Arizona in 24 years. We're going to be the first Democrat to win Georgia in 28 years. And we've rebuilt the blue wall in the middle of the country that crumbled just 4 years ago. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, the heartland of this nation. I know watching these vote tallies on TV moves very slow, and as slow as it goes, it can be numbing. But never forget, the tallies aren't just numbers. They represent votes and voters, men and women who exercise their fundamental right to have their voice heard. And what's becoming clear each hour is that record number of Americans of all races, faiths, religions chose change over more of the same. They've given us a mandate for action on COVID, the economy, climate change, systemic racism. They made it clear they want the country to come together, not continue to pull apart. The people spoke, more than 74 million Americans, and they spoke loudly for our ticket. But while we're waiting for the final results, I want people to know we're not waiting to get the work done and start the process. Yesterday, Senator Harris and I held meetings with groups of experts on public health and the economic crisis this country is facing. The pandemic, as you also know, is getting more worrisome all across the country. Daily cases are skyrocketing, and it's now believed that we could see as many as 200,000 cases in a single day. The death toll is approaching 240,000 lives lost to this virus. That's 240,000 empty chairs, kitchen tables, and dining room tables all across America. We'll never be able to measure all that pain and the loss, the suffering that so many families have experienced. We know something about what it feels like to lose someone. And I want them to know they're not alone. Our hearts break with you. I want everyone to know on day one, we're going to put our plan to control this virus into action. We can't save any of the lives lost, any of those who have been lost, but we can save a lot of lives in the months ahead. Senator Harris and I also heard yesterday about how this recovery is slowing because of the failure to get the pandemic under control. More than 20 million people are on unemployment. Millions are worried about making rent and putting food on the table. Our economic plan will put a focus on a path to a strong recovery. Look, we both know tensions are high. They can be high after a tough election, one like we've had. But we need to remember, we have to remain calm, patient. Let the process work out as we count all the votes. You know, we're proving again what we've proved for 244 years in this country. Democracy works. Your vote will be counted. I don't care how hard people try to stop it. I will not let it happen. The people will be heard. Our journey is toward a more perfect union, and it keeps moving on. In America, we hold strong views. We have strong disagreements, and that's okay. Strong disagreements are inevitable in a democracy, and strong disagreements are healthy. They're a sign of a vigorous debate, of deeply held views. But we have to remember, the purpose of our politics isn't total, unrelenting, unending warfare. No, the purpose of our politics, the work of the nation, isn't to fan the flames of conflict, but to solve problems, to guarantee justice, to give everybody a fair shot, and to improve the lives of our people. We may be opponents, but we're not enemies. We're Americans. And no matter who you voted for, I'm certain of one thing. The vast majority of almost 150 million Americans who voted, they want to get the vitriol out of our politics. We're certainly not going to agree on a lot of issues, but at least we can agree to be civil with one another. We have to put the anger and the demonization behind us. It's time for us to come together as a nation to heal. It's not going to be easy, but we have to try. My responsibility as president will be to represent the whole nation. And I want you to know that I'll work as hard for those who voted against me as those who voted for me. That's the job. That's the job. It's called the duty of care for all Americans. We have serious problems to deal with. from COVID to the economy to racial justice and climate change. We don't have any more time to waste on partisan warfare. You know, and more than that, we have such an incredible opportunity to build the future we want for our kids and our grandkids. I've said many, many times, I've never been more optimistic about the future of this nation. There is no reason we can't own the 21st century. We just need to remember who we are. This is the United States of America. And there's never been anything we've been unable to do, unable to accomplish when we've done it together. I hope to be talking to you tomorrow. I want to thank you all, and may God bless you, and may God protect our troops. Good night.
I mean, what else can he say? He ain't got nothing else to say. I mean, there's nothing else he can say. There's no election. He would be so bad if he got up and did anything than what he just did.
Yeah, if he did anything remotely close to what Trump was doing when he just calls himself the winner.
Man, that was so bad.
He said he ended the pandemic. I ended the pandemic. I mean, he says tons and tons of dumb stuff. Dumb, incorrect stuff.
It don't matter what he say. They still voting for him.
I know.
It don't matter if it's ill-informed.
The man's a sorcerer.
It's never been about if Donald Trump was informed or not. His base likes him dumb and stupid. As if they like that. Like, they all believe that the election is being stolen right now because they don't watch TV. They don't do this. They don't, unless it's Fox News. But even Fox News or Breitbart. But, like, it's never been if he's smart or informative. It's always been that he's the best person to run the country because he runs businesses. And, you know,
he's a businessman.
He's a biz.
That's what they said. Those are my words. He's different. He's a businessman. He'll run this country like a business. And he ran the post office like a business.
He sure did.
Dirt.
Yeah, and then for you to be
post office isn't supposed to make money.
It ain't even about the making money. The post
no,
office
I know, but that was his goal. He wanted to. He's tried to make money. He wanted profits and I'm just like, what? What are you talking about?
No. His goal was to let a pandemic get out of hand. Instill Postmaster DeJoy into the post office for the first time in history of our country. The post office in some areas of the country is delivering one time a week. So you do that when you want to steal an election. And then sue Pennsylvania because they weren't able to change the laws for postmark by the election date ballots. When you instilled this post office it was you. It was all you.
Well, he basically wanted to kill the post office. So then he can privatize it and then they can make money off of it.
That's right. That's what I was saying.
If he had his way,
he bit the hand that feeds, but the hand was his own hand. Is that?
Yeah. If he had his way, the post office would go away and Amazon would be the post office.
Yep. Bezos. U.S. Bezos. Gross.
It's so funny. It was so interesting, like, to see Twitter, like, nope, that's false. Nope, that's false. Nope, that's not right. Nope, that's not true. Nope, we gonna take it down. Nope, you're not gonna lie on our site. Nope. False. Like, it was like,
I wondered where the line was. I've wondered where the line was for a long time.
The line was shown last night.
Yep.
Like, the line was shown, like, when he was talking about this is a fraudulent election. Like, news anchors, even Fox, NBC, CNN, he was in the middle of his speech, and they were like, "Oh, wait a minute, hey, Bill, yeah, we're not gonna play that part because that's not true. That's not real. So I hate to turn off of the president of the United States, but
this is the world we live in now."
Yeah, you know.
I don't give them that much credit. Yeah. I would have if they'd have done it 2 years ago.
I know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
like
I wondered where the line was.
It's like once the bully got, it's almost like once the bully got knocked out, now they want to get some punches in.
Yeah, yeah. Let's all just kick
Like
him.
you didn't knock him out.
No.
Biden is the one that knocked him out. But now since he's down, now you want to get some kicks in.
Now
Oh,
that
now
you
he's a
know,
liar.
Yeah.
no, now
Oh,
that
now
you
he's
know
a
that
liar.
you don't have to work with him for the next 4 years
You can
and
distance
actually
yourself.
try. No, I understand where they coming from. I really do. I can't lie to you. I know a lot of people don't, think Black News Tonight is that big, but keeping a relationship with people in this city is hard. So imagine trying to, like, the president of the United States, the person that's going to get the most ratings ever for your television network. It's really hard for networks that make money off of this to do this for a living, for them to just out and out call him a liar. But they should, though, because that's what reporting is. That's what honest reporting is. It's like telling the truth.
See, the thing to me is I think they could still get the rating because all you have to do is just panel it. Just panel it. Like, okay, we're going to report, we're going to give you the live feed. You'll see it for yourself. And then, just like we do here, you get the live feed, and then you come back to us and we comment on it. And none of us speak for the network.
Mm-mm.
We're speaking for ourselves. So it's not like he could say, oh, I mean, he could, but, he does it all the time. He'll vilify whoever doesn't agree with him. But I think you'd have a leg to stand on because, you're just doing reporting.
I don't.
Me coming on your show, I don't speak for Black News Tonight. You're
No,
just
you
getting
don't.
my opinion. You're just getting my opinion, and that's the loophole that they could use to say, hey, we showed everybody your speech, and then we had people on here to give their opinion of your speech, and that was it.
I mean, they could. Hold on, wait. We got this. Raphael Warnock
Oh, I got
advances to
it.
run off Democrat. Yeah,
What
can you
what
post that up there?
is what
Because
is
who
what is
is
happening?
Dennis?
What is happening?
That eye. What is that? Why you got one
Looks like a
eye on there,
runoff.
bro, for your Facebook page? No, we've been talked about the runoff. There's been. I told. Okay. Maybe he's giving me the names. So
Yeah.
Raphael Warnock advances to runoff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
told you. And
Okay.
Kelly Loeffler is his opponent.
Yep.
26-20.
In it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Wow.
32% of the vote. There's a rule,
Oh,
and then
you want it back?
Dennis Perdue. Oh,
Oh,
he's
there's
giving
more.
me the
There's more.
data. I like this
Damn.
guy. He's doing your job today. No.
Love it. No,
He
that's
says-
fine. 'Cause nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to listen to my keyboard. Well, actually, nobody wants that. They don't want that.
Dennis Beerline. I don't know if I know you, but thank you. Appreciate the facts.
Absolutely.
Because he's right. All right, so here we go. I don't want to get too far off the conversation.
Sure.
But me and Jeff were having a serious conversation about the mayor pro tem and the mayor of our city, our great city of Saginaw. Congratulating some people for winning their race. George Copeland, Michael Flores, that was her first times ever running for city council. So Reggie, I believe Reggie as well, even though he was an appointed incumbent. I don't think he's ever had an election as far as
No.
city council. So congratulations and kudos to George, Reggie, Michael, and Michael. Monique and Annie, you both have ran before, is what the situation is. So congratulations to you. I know Annie has ran before. She's an incumbent who has served on city council for 8 years, and now this will be her next. 4 years? Yep, 4-year term.
I think so. Yeah.
Because at the primary, the 2-year halfway mark, the next half of the city council, the other 4 will be up for re-election. That means that Michael Balls, Mrs. Scherzer, or Councilman Michael Balls, Councilwoman Scherzer, Councilman Bill Ostash, and Councilwoman, Mayor Pro Tem Brenda Moore. They'll be up for in 2 years. So just just an ideal of how it kind of works. There's 9 of them. They elect the mayor. We vote the council, and so when you're voting for council, just remember the city of Saginaw is a city that the council elects the mayor. So who you vote in has that power and that opportunity to do that. So make sure you get your whispers into your council members on who you want to be mayor, because that's what they do. They represent you on that seat. They represent you in that seat. We are in America, the democracy is set up for the people to be. We the people make the decisions. We the people hire you. We the people fire you. By going to the ballot, we have the opportunity to fire you. Talk to John Malign. You know, we have that opportunity to let you go because we the people vote. We the people exercise our right in our democracy. It's a democratic process. We the people do that. We the people are in control. But you know, it's just like when you're watching like Hidden Figures. It's that moment where it's like, hey, you are the boss. You just have to realize you're the boss. You have to realize that you're the boss. You have to realize that you have the opportunity, and you have the opportunity to get these people to sway in your direction, get these people to come and find out what your ideals and your plans and your innovations for your city is. Because if they're going to sit in that seat, like Monique says, I'm sitting in the seat for everybody in this city to sit at the seat in city council. So it's a big deal. You know, we have the power, and that needs to be said and that needs to be stated. I am rather sad, and I will always mention this, that Jamie Forbes Councilwoman Jamie Forbes did not get her seat. Former Councilwoman Jamie Forbes did not get her seat back on the city council. And Jeff and Danger both know why that is, and I really support Jamie Forbes. I feel like Jamie Forbes is a candidate. She's an incumbent that is moldable, and she does listen and try to find a common ground with the citizens of the city of Saginaw. And can't nobody take that away from her. She's on every board possible. I just feel like the passion may have not gotten to the people because I really wanted her to come back. Now, with that being said, the election is over. So, hey, Reggie. Hey, Councilman Reggie. Hey, Councilman Flores. Councilman Michael Flores. Councilman George Copeland. Congratulations, George, on being in your 30s and being in the city council. Congratulations, Michael, on being in your 30s and being in the city council. Monique, congratulations on being the only black woman running this election cycle for city council, and you did achieve your goal. Congratulations to Tayvel Richmond. You came in by a very slim margin, very close to get on city council. So please, brother, run again. There's a lot of people in this city that believe in you. There's a lot of people in this city that really support you and want to see you take that seat on council. So,
Yes,
and even myself personally want to see you run again. So congratulations to you, sir, for actually getting those. You guys don't know, this costs these people money. This is money out of their own pocket. Sometimes they do get people that support them and actually donate to their campaign. They do fundraisers and things like that. But a lot of times people are spending money out of their own pocket. Congratulations.
To try and help you. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Well, yeah, I mean,
hold on.
The good ones are. Those are the ones I talk about. Those are the ones
No, that's not what I'm. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, they're
saying?
public servants, so the job I feel like is a job of meekness and humbleness because you're a servant. You serve the community. You find out where the community wants the city to go. But the problem with sometimes the city of Saginaw is we don't plan for our city. Like, I'm talking about our people. We'd be like, we want to vote for somebody, and we don't even know what we want, where we want the city to go. And that's not everybody, but a lot of people be voting like, come on. It was people coming up to the voting polls this year, Jeff, that they didn't even know 11 people was running for the city of Saginaw City Council.
Right.
I personally
that speaks to a greater civics conversation that we have to have. You know, we as a group, as a city, we have to, you know, going forward, I think we have to have more and more conversations about, you know, civics, about
local government.
Yeah, definitely local government. And, you know, I echo your sentiments in congratulating everybody that got on and everybody that ran Thank you very much. Now it's time to go to work. So, you'll get broke in real quick. Yeah.
Jeff,
You know, I'm about
you're not
I'm
you're
about
not
that
gonna give him
business,
no.
man. I
You not.
hey,
You ain't gonna give him
you know, I
check.
give you a couple pats like, hey, welcome.
I get
Now
you
it's
about to
time to
work.
go to work.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, hey, we got some stuff. You know, they came on with a mandate. Like, think about the conversations that we've had all summer. You know, we talk about policing in this city. So guess what? This is what you're here for. You ain't here to get donuts every first Monday of the month.
Would they get donuts?
Like, I don't know if they do or not, but I'm just letting them know that that ain't what they're there for.
Danger
We got some
2024.
serious conversations that we got to have. And to me, that's like number one on my list. We got to get this policing in order.
I agree.
We gotta reel them in. We gotta, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to hear nothing about no citizens review boards. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. You're the review board. Welcome. Do your job.
Love it.
If the city manager isn't doing his job, the council has the power
Fire
to
him!
fire him.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Just kick him in the butt.
Did I say that out loud? Did I?
Did you guys hear anything?
Did,
Yeah.
sorry.
You
No, for real though. For real though. Like, look, stop. We
know,
give we
no more punting the ball. We ain't punting the
no more
ball.
putting the ball though. No, for real.
No, no, no. We elected you to do a job.
Yeah.
We elected you to do a job, not say what we can't do. You know, oh, we can't do that, or the city charter says that you're the city council. You can change the city charter. No more excuses. No more
That is true.
excuses.
That is true. We need some charter updates. Look, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
what y'all
mean,
got.
hey, let's get this. Let's. I mean, you got to put it all on the floor, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear nothing about the tax cap, except that it needs to be dropped. Throw that out.
And we have a plan to do it.
That's all. You
Then
know, we got to be
and we
about
gonna
our
have to.
business, man. We've allowed city council to kind of coast for a couple decades. You know, we've allowed them to come up with every excuse why they had to cut this and cut that, and woe is us. You know, we really can't do anything. You know, I mean, feel sorry for us. No more of that. Either do your job, or we're gonna vote your ass out.
Love it. Love it.
And we might not wait until your term is up. We might come up with a special election. Yeah, we'll get some
Do your.
signatures and we'll get a runoff. We'll have our runoff here.
I like everything about this plan.
I'm digging this, Jeff. Do your job, or we vote your way off, and it's gonna be
That's
immediate.
it.
It's not go. We're not waiting 4 years. We're gonna get you
Nope.
off
Now.
like immediately. We're gonna get some petitions.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look, no,
if
no,
y'all
I'm
see
just
me
so
at
excited.
Speedway, y'all know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You see me at Speedway, you see me at Dollar General, you see me on Hamilton Street, you see me
Listen,
wherever you gonna see me. You know what I'm doing.
and
I'm gonna tell
and
you.
Yancey.
yes, he say he worked in the campaign. Yancey, why don't you come on and sit with us for a minute? You up? You up? Danger can make a 4-shot. Like, tell us about your president, bro. You've been working hard all summer. You up? Danger, can you got a 4-shot available for Yancey?
He said voluntarily.
Well, he ain't say he coming on voluntarily, but he gonna work the campaign. But Jeff is on. Jeff, you on one tonight, man. He said. Okay,
Hey.
hold on. Let me bring the focus back. That's the funniest thing I've heard all night. Like, do your job or you're getting fired.
You're done. Yeah.
Give me a minute. Yancey got to stop eating or something because you know Yancey be snacking. No, listen.
Nah, come
All
on.
right.
It's like 11:25. You're gonna keep going? Keep going?
No, I'm not gonna keep going. Yancey, don't worry about it. I'll just call you, bruh. I just wanted to hear what you. No, but Yancey worked for the one campaign all this time. Like all of the things that we're talking about, Yancey's been canvassing for, and like he has more insight than we do. I would love to talk to him for a couple minutes, and we always run till 12. It's just tonight. I didn't know it was gonna be, And if Yancey wants to come on, like he said, give me a minute. Why not? Like, why not? I mean, Danger. I mean, I know, but like Danger, like I know,
All
like
right.
Danger, like I
All
know.
right. All
All right,
right.
so
Talk amongst
okay,
yourself
so
while I make a four shot.
he
Goodness.
making a four shot. I mean, Yancey ain't said yes yet. Yancey, is it? Are you going to do this? So Danger, if you don't make a four shot, if you're not gonna be able to come on.
I mean,
But if you saying give
it's
me,
nice to have anyway. It's nice to have anyway.
okay,
And
all right,
I should probably
never
do my
mind,
job,
Yancey.
I guess.
I, I'm
Throwing
not. I'm
shade.
not. Yeah, I guess that's what you do now. So
Yes,
Jeff
I
said
mean,
do
look,
their job, but
real deal, man. You got to do their job, and that has to be the message. That has to be the message across the board. No matter what the topic is, like whether it's policing, whether it's a tax cap, whether it's what we're gonna do about actually developing the city. You know, real business development, not just downtown. You know what I mean? Like we got some serious things on the table. Like I don't want to hear about you putting another coffee shop downtown. Sorry. Like what you gonna do on the corner of Genesee and Remington? What you gonna do on the corner of Genesee and Weber? What are you gonna
mm,
do, down that Genesee corridor, coming back towards downtown, Genesee and Burt, uh, Genesee
what
and
about what
Cherry.
about truth? But what about building up the things that are on Genesee? There's not like let's. I just want to make sure like we realize that the narrative like there's businesses all up and down Genesee that's been there, business that's been there for years. Uh, VIP's one of them. You got the church, the Baldwin's place, been there for years. Their church is there. There's so much stuff on Genesee, and kudos to the Baldwins. They do 1 week, one street every year, but we don't have a plan for the whole city. We. It's almost like
It's downtown based. It's downtown based, man. You have the
more so Old
downtown
Town.
development of, yeah, I mean it's either downtown, old town, the area by Ojibwe, um, or the cathedral district. Just it's certain areas that they're only touching. You know what I mean? Like, no, we have to when you talk about revitalizing Saginaw, we're talking about all of Saginaw. And yeah, we have some businesses on Genesee already. I mean, shout out to Cherry Reed. Shout out to, the Twins Barber Shop. We got some people down there, you know what I mean? But they're doing that stuff on their own. And kudos to
Oh no,
them for, having the initiative to do it on their own. But imagine what we could do if we had that same, you know, uh, willingness to, rezone certain areas that way. uh, have an opportunity zone down that way. Even though I'm not a huge fan of opportunity zones because the wording is usually ambiguous, but where's that energy for that area? If you're actually putting dollars and actually putting
mm,
grants out there for those areas,
mm-hmm.
you
Yes, free
probably
to
get some
join.
investors in that area. Like we got a lot of our people that are in Saginaw that have to take their businesses out on Bay Road. Why?
Why?
Because they have the infrastructure already, and they either built a mini mall in a certain area, and they have the opportunity to do what they can do. But where's the mini mall? On the corner of Genesee and Burt. Like where is that mini mall? Where you just put a development in place and try to
Where's a
get
grocery?
businesses in there.
Where's
That's
the
another
grocery
one.
store?
We have a whole
Every time
food
that,
desert problem.
yeah, every time I ask this question to people, I always hear we need developers, we need this people, we need that. But that Kroger still yet is empty. Can't we get some
Yeah.
grant money and help somebody support a grocery store there, or is that not possible?
Well, that's funny that Kroger I think sits outside of the city. I think that's BV. But I get the point. You know,
Yes,
we
but
should
it's
be.
I know it's outside. I know it is outside of the city. Let me say this. I do understand the city lines. However, as far as that Kroger being removed, that does serve a lot of not just BV, but Saginaw people like in that area. That was the closest Kroger
Yeah,
to a lot of it, so they don't have to come all the way over to the township area. Anyways, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I apologize.
definitely. No, no, no. I get it. Um, we have the one that closed in Riverview Plaza. Um, that's an area that well, we actually have somebody in there, and that's somebody that maybe you can get on here and talk about that, and that's Kareem Bowen. He's actually doing things in that plaza.
Yeah, I
He
seen
has some really good.
he had the lieutenant governor there just the other day, right?
Yeah, he has that whole plaza. So that's an opportunity for some businesses right there. He actually has some people moving in already. We're seeing some business growth there. So that's a positive thing. And then you're gonna have, because that millage passed for the school district. So, you think across the street you're gonna have the new high school. Um, they rebuilt that road, the side road
Hmm.
there. Did some infrastructure work over there. So I mean, they're trying to build that area up. So, but again, that's kind of downtown extended. That's kind of this, that's where they're focusing. Um, Go the other way down Genesee. Go the other way with your development plan. Go the
Hmm.
other way with trying to spur business growth and things of that nature. Um, you go the other way, you got a whole, the old Western Auto is still there. The old building that had the Walnut Street Hardware. I mean, you should be able to tear that building down and sell that land, or put that land up for sale, try to see if you can get something going that way. That's what we should be doing. Like, if we got some buildings that need to be torn down, then let's tear them down and put those properties up for sale and see what you can do.
I had a question for you, Mr. Bulls. I seen an article in the paper. Maybe I was wrong, but I'm trying to see if you've seen it too. That recently someone did start a lease on the Bancroft, like the restaurant and the martini bar that was there. Did you see that? Or am I just
I didn't see
confused?
an article. I saw a Facebook post, I want to say. It, it may have been, yeah, I think it was M Live. I think it was M
Well,
Live that posted. I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm happy for them if that's what they want to do. Great.
but what's the
Uh,
deadline? Like, when is it opening up? Is it opening up? I mean,
I haven't seen any movement on it. I drive by there every day. Usually when you see somebody about to move in, you'll see a sign change or something, and I haven't seen anything, any type of movement. So maybe, I hope, COVID is doing a number on a lot of different things. So, it may have pushed their plans back.
I'm just wondering if you like, yeah. I mean, I think when I think of our city, like my parents always used to talk about like the family affair and all of that good, Saginaw, vibe, just it was a vibe city. It was a more so like um everybody, everybody cousin was helping cousins and stuff. It was just like a community. A lot of the vibe was a little bit different. Saginaw's kind of
We have
divided right
Yancey. I'm
now.
making the name tags right now.
Okay, we have Yancey. He's making the name tags right now. It's a little divided. So um obviously, let me say this. Jeff, you had a hand in it. we had a hand in flipping this whole council. I mean, and when I say flipping the council, I know some of you people probably don't understand what I'm saying by that, but there was 5 seats available. 4 of those seats were incumbent seats. One of those was the seat of the mayor. So technically, with the elections, usually go for the incumbents. They do. Um, but we knew that we were going to have at least one new council member on the on the board. We did not know that we were going to be able to flip we'll flip 2 incumbent seats. Um, uh, that was very interesting. That was a very cool thing to watch happen in front of our eyes, and especially for me personally, and having Monique Lamar Sylvia, she announced her candidacy on the show for our Queens on Fire episode. Um, and I thought that was like one of the most coolest things ever. I can't wait to have her back on. We're planning something, sending out emails tomorrow morning to try to at least get um, that 5 back on the show on Friday, and I'm gonna send out an email to everybody because I'm interested in knowing what's next. You know, they get sworn in on Monday. They go right to work. The city of Saginaw goes right, like Jeff said, get to work or get fired, boy.
Yeah, yes, sir. Get it. I think you know. I think what the message that you can get from flipping those seats or whatever you want to call it is that there's a mandate that people want to change. That status
Amen.
quo wasn't working. People want change, and they feel like if they change a few seats, maybe they'll get a different result. Maybe they'll get a different vote, and you can't be mad at that.
We're gonna
And
go
You
now,
can't.
Texas. I'm ready when you are.
All right, bring them on.
and
We're gonna
now,
bring on Yancey.
okay.
The tags are being jerks.
Hey, how
Okay.
y'all doing?
Hey, people
Hello?
don't know who we are yet.
I'm glad
Well,
to
I'm
What's
be
going
not.
here.
on?
Thanks for joining me. I've been watching this conversation. It's been one hell of a talk, man.
Oh,
It has.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, let me let you guys, whoever is viewing, if you don't know, this has been fun. Like I've had a lot of fun tonight. I want to introduce to you again, Independent Jeff. Mr. Bulls is an ally to the show, and also I want to introduce to you today, Mr. Yancey Wingard the second. Am I correct on the second? Correct on
You
the
are
second?
absolutely correct,
If I do
sir.
that, all right. The second, a this dude right here, sorry, Yancy. Let me tell him on the camera. I did make calls. Let me say that I made calls this year. Okay, it wasn't a full commitment, but I did make calls. I at least committed at least 3 hours, I believe. Um,
Absolutely.
I I think maybe more than 3 hours, but I'm not gonna test the waters. So with that being
Charles,
said,
you were a kick-ass volunteer, man.
oh,
Woo!
well, thank you, Yancey. Yancey's here. Yancey, I mean, I know that you are right now sitting on. No, you shouldn't be sitting on pins and needles. What you should be doing is having a little bit of ice cream, because right now, I woke up this morning. There's a lead in Pennsylvania. There's a lead in Georgia. There's a lead. I mean, and all I keep hearing is there's a lead, bruh. So tell us how you feeling. How all this hard work that you have done however long, all year long. How you feeling, brother? What's going on? What's your thoughts? You know?
Yeah, of course, I'm ecstatic about the impending results of this election. We put in a lot of groundwork. I got to give a special shout out to the other Saginaw County organizers. I know that their faces weren't too public. They were working remotely, but Megan Norton Bright and Will Kobzanski, they both worked incredibly hard to flip Saginaw County this election cycle. So I got to give a special shout out to them. But I'm ecstatic. But I think Jeff really hit the nail on the head when he said earlier, there's a lot of work that we still have to do. There's so much more that we have to do here. And when we look at things like our education system, I mean, we got a whole demographic of folks who aren't engaged politically, and it's not that they don't want to be. I mean, the want to engage in our political system and ask those tough questions. They out there, but we aren't doing enough from an educational standpoint to fully prepare people to go out and vote in these elections. I mean, we laugh at these memes that we see on Facebook and Twitter about all the people that we didn't recognize, but I mean, that's a real issue. These are real people who are making real decisions, and they're going to impact the rest of our lives. They're going to impact our children's lives, our children's lives. These are generational votes, and there's just a long way that we have to go here. And until we start taking that education piece serious, I think we're gonna have a lot more tougher races. I mean, look at how close the margin is here in our country. I mean, we have had record turnout, but if you look at all of these races, they're incredibly close. They're incredibly close. So, of course, I'm excited about the results, but I can't help but shake the feeling. There's so much more that we got to do.
So much more to be done, Mr. Wingard. Like when you say close, I mean this is razor thin. This just shows how divided. I keep saying this. How divided this country is. Like I feel like voting for Joe Biden was a morality issue for me, but some people don't feel that way. And that kind of scares me when after the president says, stand down and stand by. And Vice President Pence literally took us on a whole narrative story that still says we conclude with stand down and stand by. So it was just kind of like, I mean, it's literally time for people to make different decisions. And I know people say that you could be extreme left, you could be extreme this. And my friend Jeff, like, we all have different opinions and views on how it should be done. But can we say that at this point we see how important truly, if you didn't know before, then you're one of those people that say that your vote does not count? My bro, go Google like the United States and find out how many votes are just in Georgia alone, apart from Joe Biden and President Trump. Brother, your vote counted. There's like 19,507. It's some weird number that's only 2,000 votes, and it really matters. It really matters if you get up and go out and vote in the right precinct. If you're trying to vote for your precinct stuff, Georgia talked about that. I've been watching news. I have not stopped watching news since Tuesday, by the way. Popcorn and news. NBC to CNN to Fox. I watch Fox just sometimes to see like how much are they losing? Is Fox actually going to say that they're losing? Let's see if Fox.
It's like a challenge. You're like, say the words.
Say the words. All right, go ahead.
Denounce him quickly.
Thank you. I can't help but point out the Game of Thrones flag you're wearing today. I really appreciate it.
What do we say to the god of death?
Not today.
Not today.
Oh man. Look, y'all are free to talk. I don't have like talking points tonight. Like I think this election I'm not.
You said you ain't got talking points.
Well, this is not. I mean, y'all seen Joe Biden? There is no talking points. We're gonna win in the morning, okay? We're gonna win by one of these mornings. We're gonna wake up and he's gonna be the president-elect. That's the talking point. That is the reality. People like Yancey, all community organizers all over this country have done their job. Even though I don't know what y'all did with that county, Maldays County down there. Y'all need to call them in Florida because y'all almost
Listen,
had Florida. But here's the point. Florida was never the plan, but y'all could have had Florida. I'm just saying, y'all could have had it, but it was never the plan. The whole plan was to elect the blue wall. And if you don't know what the blue wall is, erect the blue wall.
yeah.
Erect the blue wall, and they did that. And, well, almost. We still count on
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Well, you know, there was.
But if he wins Nevada and Arizona, he don't even need Pennsylvania. Y'all know how the electoral college vote numbers work.
Yeah.
Plus, the brother got 74 million votes for the popular vote. Jeff, am I wrong on something? Because when you do like that,
You ain't wrong. I'm just for me. I'm thinking of Friday night in Vegas. They gonna stop voting. They gonna stop counting, man. We'll see y'all Monday.
I literally had a graphic. I want y'all to see this graphic that I literally had that I was gonna label this one.
Send it to me. I'll put it on screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. I sent it to your text message, but you want me to send it on your Facebook?
Yeah, please.
Because the graphic is kind of funny. Like I made it for tonight, but y'all know, I got kids. That's gonna be my excuse for being lazy. Like I got kids. I'm gonna get better. I promise. But I made this graphic and it says Nevada's still counting. Like Nevada said, screw y'all. I don't care when you want to know when the election is done. We're gonna take time and be diligent. And we're gonna be like 51, 52,
Like this here. Look.
53. The joke's on you. 54. More for Joe. 55. More for Trump. The joke's on you. We gonna take our time. I know you're all waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a moment.
Busted.
Ow! The joke's on you.
Love it.
Go to the casino before I count the next vote. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. In Nevada, they said, I don't care how long it takes, but we're going to do this very accurate. I appreciate them for their accuracy. I appreciate Philadelphia.
Oh, here come.
Oh, here we go. Here's that graphic for y'all. See? Because that's what. Why is it? I forgot that the breast cancer support thing was on there still. But, anyways, that was that graphic. Nevada's still counting. Did y'all see how about a week ago, I just took the presidency about a week ago. That's how Joe looked in that picture. So that's why I put it up there.
Okay, so this is a true story. I went. So my daughter's birthday was recently, so I was setting up her tablet, making sure everything's all in order and all good for when she wants to get her tablet for her birthday, and she's gonna be so excited. Her new, her nice background and all that other stuff. But anyway, so I stayed up late because I'm a procrastinator. So I stayed up late. And the next day.
Hold on, stop. Pause.
Go.
You're a procrastinator?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. All right, I just wanted to make sure I got. So now when I procrastinate, because I'm a procrastinator too,
I know.
You can't dog me out
listen,
me out.
I work great under pressure.
You do work great under pressure, but danger be like, I need a plan. I need this. I need that.
I do say those things.
You do,
man,
and you just said on live camera that you're a procrastinator. So now every time you telling me what you need to do your job, I'm gonna be like, bro,
I'll get to it.
I'm a procrastinator. You already knew that,
man.
Sorry.
All right. Anyway,
please tell us the story.
So I'm tired wrecked. So now this is the day after the election, and the everything's pouring in, and we're trying to figure out what's going on or whatever. So I'm looking at the news and I'm refreshing just like everybody else. F5, pull down to refresh. I'm going like crazy on my phone, and it looks very red. It looks like Trump's gonna pull it off, and I was like, what is happening? And and then I was like, I just gotta lie down for a bit. I gotta take a nap. So I took one of those naps where you wake up in another dimension, and I woke up and I was like, because I only had like 45 minutes an hour, so I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, what is even real life right now? And then I came out and Jess and her dad are talking about how Biden's pulling ahead, and I was like, please don't be a dream. Please don't be a dream. Please don't be a dream. Don't do this to me right now. Like, I don't want to like, no, come back.
You you slapped yourself so hard right now that
What am I gonna do? Sue myself?
I,
You have to
look.
make sure he wasn't in a dream.
I'm telling you.
So I got a question for Yancey real quick, and then I got a question for Jeff. Yancey, I want to know why you couldn't call a brother and tell a brother
Oh man.
that y'all expected that the red Mirage was coming before the blue Mirage, so that I could have been chilling at home. I had the same moment he had. I understood mail-in ballots, but I thought y'all had a system. Not y'all, but I thought the states had created a system since they realized a global pandemic had hit the country and stuff.
I said this on the last show. I said it's going to look awful because they're going to be red,
You did.
and then it's going to white blue because everybody's mail-in voting, and they're going to go
But
voter
not
fraud.
like that.
Voter
Like,
fraud.
it was
Go ahead. I'm
bad.
sorry.
Yeah,
You.
it
Oh,
was
I'm sorry.
definitely a
Me
shock
and
that
Danger
morning.
fighting.
It was at first, you can't help but be a little weary, but we all sort of had our expectations as to how it was going to go. We sort of foresaw that folks are going to go cast their ballots. Trump had a lot of supporters who were going to go out and vote in person, so we of course knew that, but I would be lying to you right now if I were to tell you that I was not scared. It definitely got scary at some point, especially late in the night. I don't even think I got any sleep that night. So,
Either.
yeah, I'm just glad about how it's turning out, man. I'm hoping that it sticks. It continues this path because, I don't know what another 4 years would look like with Trump.
I almost said all kinds of bad words.
Yeah, I didn't know you. I
Sorry.
didn't know we said his name. We need a new word for him on this show because
Trumple
Jeff, I got a
thin-skin.
question. Uh, Trumple thin skin, Trumple still skin. Jeff, I got a question for you because even though this is Yancey, like Yancey's here, but I want to hear what you think we need to do in Yancey to win these runoffs. We've seen, and you can pull up those comments, Danger, of Ossoff and Purdue and
Because this guy Dennis is claiming that the Republicans are really far ahead.
I don't believe that. But
Oh,
Kelly
so
Loeffler,
there's 3 comments in a row. Here's one.
I know Kelly Loeffler and Raphael Warnock. As you see, Raphael has 32% of the vote. So Kelly is the advanced runoff. They're both running off, but she literally has 26 right there. You see that? 26%, and then 20% goes to Doug Collins. I don't know how the Republicans are ahead with those numbers. Jeff, how do you think we win Georgia with these two runoffs? What do you think the messaging needs to be um, to bring those libertarians, those independents in to actually win these 2 Senate seats? Tell me.
It's kind of a trick bag there. Um, as you know, I'm not a Democrat, but
I know.
I imagine, and that's kind of the inner fight that they're having right now. That was the purpose of that Zoom call that they had, was about these particular runoffs. And Nancy Pelosi was like, "Look, we cannot go left anymore if we want to win this runoff." And of course, the progressive wing of the party thinks differently. Um, so I guess to win it, they probably have to go with Pelosi and what she thinks, like kind of hold the party line. What got
Libert-
them there, they kind of have to stay in that spot. and I don't think they can waver. What that does long term, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's up to the party ultimately. Short term, they want to win those races. They have to stand pat. Long term, it might cause some division. So we'll see.
Yancey, how do we win Georgia?
Yeah. I definitely think the messaging has to continue to be, uh, just bringing us together as a country. We, and I mean, it's an exhausting message. I know. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat that, but that's ultimately what this presidency represents. That's what this that's what this election is representing. We've had these 4 years where every single thing that we've done has gone into scrutiny, gone into question, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But when these questions don't lead to proactive action, when they aren't backed by us actually moving forward as a people, we how do you expect anybody to trust what's being said? So and it's one of those things where I would me personally, I would love to see the state of Georgia to take a more progressive angle with this. But there's also the practical element of having to both mitigate the damage that has already been caused on every level of our nation's politics, as well as accomplishing the goals necessary. And at this point, we can't move forward if we are continuing to infight. We can't move forward if we are continuing to bash one another because one person's leaning one way versus the other. But I think it's time that we start having some serious conversations about it. I think it's time that we actually bring people to the table to talk about some of the issues that are affecting these people in these regions. Because until then, they are not gonna be convinced to vote any other way than what they've already done. So I think that's where what it boils down to.
Wow, great answers, both of you
There
guys.
there
Listen,
has to there has to be a there's a reckoning that's coming, and I know I said that earlier on the show, Charles, about
I know.
just within the Democratic Party, and it's time. It's time. Um, you cannot continue to support a party that doesn't full out, flat out, you know, full throatedly. I'm making up words here. Um, put your issues on Front Street,
Right.
not
Hmm.
half-assed, not kind of, sort of nibble at the edges, dance around it, not say police brutality, but say we need reform. If that's support, who needs enemies?
Right.
You have to either support me 100%, or we have to move on. To me,
Right.
2022 is D-Day for black politics. To me, if we don't, you have Biden who's already promised on day one that he's going to send a bill to Congress for immigration. That's support for them. I'm not mad. That's what Latinos want, and he's giving that to them. I'm saying keep the same energy. What bill are you sending to Congress on day one for black people? If you can't answer that, you can't say that he's really supporting you. And if you can't say that, then why did you vote for him? And we have to answer that question in Black America. You can't continue to be okay with symbolism. You know, can't do that. I need tangibles. I need something that's real. I need a bill. You can't be afraid to say reparations and expect to continue to get my vote. You can't. And it's my opinion. I'll just wrap that up there by saying if we cannot get that, 2022, we let the house burn down. If I can't get your support, you know what I mean? We've sat through this whole thing with you the whole summer. We've been dying in the streets, and you can't even say the words police brutality. All we've been given is let's wait until we got to win first. If within these first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I don't get policy on the table, 2022, we out of there.
All right. I hear you, Independent Jeff. I totally hear you, and well, let me say it like this. First of all, I want to give kudos to everybody who came out to vote this year. Record-breaking numbers. There's no reason why we should have as close margins as we do, but we have them because there's clearly some part of the story that is not getting to everybody, and there's part of the messaging that is not reaching everybody's issue. So with that being said, look, we're not gonna be up here all night because I actually like all of these people on the screen, right? I mean, I like every one of these people on the screen, and that's not often that we get a Black News Tonight where I like everybody on the screen because I've done sit down interviews with people I don't like. At this point, sorry, did I say that out loud?
We've done a lot of interviews. Could be anyone.
They
don't know.
The truth. But at this point, I want you guys to be encouraged because you did go out and vote. You did get out and you did make your voice heard. And I want to tell you something about voting. Like, it does not just happen on the general election. You need to vote in 2 years as well. And that's really important for the council here. Screen. Pretty important for the city council here. You need to vote at your primaries too. Because it's really important for that Senate and that House. Like, here we come with the Congress. These are the people, remember, that don't have term limits. Like, I know they have. No, they don't. Like, they can serve as many terms as they want. They have to be reelected. You get to reelect them. But I'm just saying, so it's very important that you keep yourself educated. Education is everything. Like, if you're believing that Sharpie markers is ruining a whole city-state's ballots, then you're stupid. I'm sorry, I gotta let you know that there is so much time that takes for people to count ballots, and literally, these people are literally being watched over by not just Republican, but also Democrats. These MFs is not about to steal your vote. Like, trust me, they don't want your stanky vote. But I'm just being real with you.
It's done by
these
each
people work.
individual. There's no way Usisms. We do it. Like, they literally select people.
I can't lie though. When I saw a Sharpie in my booth, I was like, wait a minute. I turned around like, are we supposed to have Sharpies or are we supposed to have pencils? So they were like, no, the Sharpies are fine. Like, okay, you sure? Okay.
Did they only
I always vote with pencils.
Did they only hand you Sharpies and hand all the white folk pencils? Were you like, hold on, wait a minute now, hold the phone?
There's always been a pencil or a pen. There's always been a pencil or a pen.
Right.
Ain't never been no Sharpies. Like that was a different one.
About the pen this year. Yancey, what you got to say, bro? Because you had a whole bunch on your plate. I seen you got a think face. It's very clear. It's very obvious. Come on, talk. Say it.
I was just, thinking about everything Mr. Bull said. and I don't think I could have said it any better. Um, but one thing that I would like to add is, our voices does not stop at that poll booth. It doesn't end on election day. Um, we can continue to have these conversations, in our country, our cities, our democracy. It's a continuous improvement process. That means we need engagement on every level at all times, whether that's just a conversation, with an elected official or an organizer like myself or an activist like Mr. Bowles or the media like you two. Like we have to continue to have these conversations, because if we do not, we will never be able to overcome any of the issues that have plagued so many of us. And I mean, education is key, right? But I mean, we got things we can teach each other. We have so much wisdom just looking at this group of four strong men. We all have different experiences and different perspectives that we can each take from each other. So we definitely got to continue to put in this groundwork every day, not just on November 3rd, not just in
No matter what the politicians
2022.
tell you, because you're right, they'll keep
What-
telling you to just wait till we win, wait till we keep voting.
Absolutely. It's got to keep going. We have to continue to apply pressure and don't let up. We can't let up. We have too much to lose at this point.
We do have too much to lose. We have a show to stop. Any final thoughts? You get 1 minute each person on the screen. Any final thoughts? Anybody? Listen, I'm going to say this clearly. Nobody has final thoughts but Yancey. Bulls, please stay around for at least 5 minutes after the show closes. That means, Yancey, because I know I got to give you explanation. That means that after the show's music is over, you're still there in our green room
Don't go no
after
place.
the show. The last time we did this with you, you disconnected the line. So, Bulls understands. I'm talking to you personally. But, guys, I want you to do me a favor, and we haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to do a little planned out thing here because we need more of these on the show anyways, and it would be great to have Yancey. It'd be great to have Danger saying it. It'd be great to have Jeff Bull saying it. So this is the close of the show. It always has been the close of the show. It's hard to get it successful, but I'm going to Danger, you know it, so why don't you start it? Yancey after Danger, because Danger, if you're the production director, you got to know what I'm trying to get them to do. So you start it and I'll end it. All right, Jeff, you know it too. Yancey, you're the only one. So take your cue from Danger. Make sure you say your name, not Danger's name. All right, Danger, what are we saying?
We can't all be Danger.
No.
This is
No,
Danger,
we
and
can't.
you're watching Black News Tonight.
This is Yancey, and you're watching Black News Tonight.
This is Independent Jeff, and you're watching Black News Tonight.
And my name is Charles Allen, your host and executive producer of Black News Tonight. And guess what? Give him the music, Danger!